And we're back. This is the third week in September, I guess. Yes, it is the third week in September. And let me tell you something. We're not going to go all stomping on DC this week. I have no reason to. Even though my pick of the week, I hate when my pick of the week is a disappointment. My pick of the week last week was Harley Quinn. And
you go out on a limb on your picks of the week. So I'm generally going to be like, well, this is a book I like. I'm going to go.
I'm going with a safe bet today. I need to go with a safe bet today because I was so.
I've read yours and it is good.
Yeah, I thought Matt Kindt would like do a decent job with Harley Quinn. Like, why not? But
I got a text.
Is that Matt Kindt?
Probably not. It could be though. That'd be awesome. He was like, "Shut up."
How is this live?
Right.
No, Matt Kindt, he didn't do a great job. He didn't do a great job with Solomon Grundy or Harley Quinn. Unless you like spoilers to your zero issue.
If it's going to be not dump on DC, but dump on Matt Kindt, I did read The Infinity the Hunt, and it was not very good, and he wrote that too.
Really?
It was okay, but it wasn't great.
Well, isn't he writing like 13 different titles right now? It's
I guess he's just shooting everywhere and see what's going to stick.
Yeah.
Because he's working for Marvel and DC and his own stuff.
And like Dark Horse and like Image.
Well, I could say his own stuff, but Mind Management's at Dark Horse.
Yeah. But still.
And Mind Management is awesome, by the way.
Yeah. But Harley Quinn, she killed kids. And that's totally New 52. But that's not Harley Quinn. That was just weird. And I was about, and Solomon Grundy. I don't know why I bought that, but I bought that, and I was like, "Oh God!" I handed it to Mara, and I said, "Mara, read this comic. It's terrible." And she said, "Okay."
So we are dumping on DC.
I guess we are. You brought it on yourself, Matt Kindt in DC. But I am kind of excited about one DC villains thing that I'm pulling. But I guess we're gonna get started. Mara's not here, as you might see. Don't worry, she'll be back. She's still married to me, or I'm in denial. You don't know. You're internet people. We had a question on the YouTubes last week. Yeah, let's pull up this question on the YouTubes. Brian, why don't you start with Marvel while I'm picking up this question? And then
we're going crazy.
We're going crazy.
But all right, we'll start with Marvel, the good stuff. First up, we got Cable and X-Force. Matt's started to read it.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. It's a good book.
It's cool, and I don't know if you've been paying attention. Hope is in the future. Maybe she's a she-strife. We don't know. And she's basically got to save Cable. And that's, well, I won't say what she did or not, but, you know. Next up, we got Captain Marvel. It's more Infinity stuff. Infinity, Space, Spider-Woman, Hawkeye stuff. Should be cool, but I haven't actually read it yet. Then Infinity, the actual story continues. This is Infinity number 3. Got some Black Bolt action going on. I have read this one, and there's some cool stuff going on.
Yeah, they're obviously building up some big Inhuman stuff. I mean, we've known that, but yeah, it's.
Presumably, it begins here.
Yeah, Black Bolt might be. He has to be a hard character to really make awesome because you can't rely on dialogue. I've never.
He's one of those characters, kind of like Boba Fett, where he just looks cool.
Yeah.
So people get into that.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got cool power, but never gets to use it.
Right.
Except maybe in this issue.
Oh, he got to use it a little bit. With the first issue, and he's like, "Get out of my ears." No one heard that.
Speaking of more Infinity, we've got Avengers. What number is this? Oh, New Avengers. Sorry.
So it's like 10.
10. Yeah, New Avengers 10. Presumably more Illuminati in the Infinity stuff.
Doctor Strange's outfit. I had a question about that. Because like in the not New Defenders, but like Fraction's Defenders, when he draws Strange, he draws in the more like modern outfit, I guess. And then like I also see him a lot in the old school cape with the gigantic collar.
I think in Defenders he didn't have the cape back.
Okay.
Because at the end of Bendis' run, he became Sorcerer Supreme again and got the Eye of Agamotto and the cape back.
Okay, all right.
But I don't think he had him during that Defenders run yet.
I was just wondering if it was the reason or was it like a...
at the end of Avengers, he's Sorcerer Supreme again.
Okay.
Because they killed Brother Voodoo.
Okay.
Dr. Voodoo, whatever you want to call him.
Then Brother Voodoo. No, that's Brother Blood.
Well, he was Brother Voodoo, but then he became Dr. Voodoo. Became the Sorcerer Supreme.
And Brother Blood hates the Teen Titans.
That is true. I mean, or maybe not in New 52.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't remember.
Wasn't he fighting somebody else?
I don't know,
or something?
Yeah. Who cares?
Next up, we got Superior Spider-Man, the second part of Spider-Man 2099, which Matt is not enjoying.
Yeah, I just feel like it's wasting time. I mean, it's cool, and I get that there's a lot of people that dig Spidey 2099. I just don't know anything about him.
And they have been talking about him since the beginning of Spear Spider-Man, because remember that was a lot of speculation that he was going to be the new Spider-Man.
I do like that, it incorporates the Spider-Man stuff into the time shift fiasco that's currently going on at Marvel.
Yeah.
So that's interesting. So I mean, it definitely, if you weren't aware that that's going to play a big part, like Age of Ultron was not totally useless. There's something. Oh, what? We got Angela out of it. I mean, but.
I just like it wasn't totally useless, implying that it was mostly useless to me.
Yeah, I think it was. I mean,
all right.
Hey, it could have been fine.
It reads a little bit better altogether. Not a ton better, but.
It'll be a while before I revisit that. I mean, I haven't revisited Lost, so you're going to have to wait a while. Age of Ultron.
The hardcover came out a couple weeks ago, so I read it.
I saw that
last weekend, something like that.
But no. If you, there's something big going on with the whole time. Like,
oh, definitely. That's got to be building up to whatever their next big, huge, everybody.
You got it with Fantastic Four. You got it with Spider-Man. Now you got it with the X-Men. Hulk. Yeah. So it's gonna be big.
But speaking of X-Men, who cares about all the rest of this junk? It's Uncanny X-Men number.
It's not 4. Your pick of the week.
It's not, because basically I just want to repeat myself. But if you want to know what this is about, just go back to last week's and let me talk about it. Just listen to me talk about it then. But we got Magneto and Magic and all the fun Uncanny X-Men in this one.
Yeah.
With the little X-Men and the future X-Men. So if you're not reading the storyline, you're a fool.
Yeah, it's great stuff. I mean, I've never been a huge X-Men fan up until, November? When did all new X-Men number 1 come out? And I don't know, I went back, I read, Wolverine the X-Men. Really, if you want a jumping on point, I think if you want a long jumping on point, I think the best place to start is Wolverine the X-Men number 1.
Wolverine the X-Men is really what started.
It's accessible.
Where we are now.
Yeah.
I mean, it's real. I guess all new X-Men really started it, but Wolverine the X-Men feels like it, like this stuff does.
It was like the first foot in the door. It wasn't the second volume of Uncanny X-Men, or maybe whatever that was
before
those 12 issues or something like that.
Avengers vs. X-Men.
Yeah. But no, it's really good stuff. Like if you're neglecting, and I understand it's very daunting to just jump into X-Men because there's a ton of titles.
It is, but all new X-Men's really the place to start. I mean, as much as Wolverine X-Men would work, all new X-Men, if you start there, you're going to have to read Uncanny X-Men for sure, and you're going to have to get all of Battle of Adam, but you're going to want it.
Yeah, you are. It does make you want to read it, so it's good stuff. Excellent.
That's all I got. I got a pick of the week that's Marvel, but
cool.
We'll talk about that in a minute.
Let's do our question. What comics do you have on your personal pull list? Well, I don't want to get in that one because that one it takes a long time. It's most of these. Any future ones? Sex Criminals with
Sex Criminals, Velvet. I'm pretty excited about from Image. There's a lot of Image books that are getting ready to come out that I'm pretty excited about.
Yeah.
Who asked the question, dude?
His name is Justin Cruz. Yeah.
Sweet. Give him a shout out.
yeah, Justin, thank you for asking a question. But no, there's more to it. He has a lot. He says, ever buy a comic and have it skyrocket in price afterwards? And yeah, that's happened to me twice last year with Hawkeye number 1 and Saga number 1.
I've got both of those. I mean, I bought Walking Dead when it started and then foolishly sold it, 4 or 5 years ago. So, I mean, I still made a ton of money, more than I paid for it, but could obviously make more. Yeah. But that's pretty rare.
It doesn't happen, yeah. It's people always say you never know, but I don't know, you kind of do know when it's going to happen.
I disagree. Did you know that Saga was going to be huge? I mean, maybe after you read it.
I had a feeling it was going to be popular.
But you didn't buy it because you thought, because that's not the way to buy comics.
No, it's really not. It's really
buy
not.
what you like, and if you get lucky.
And you probably won't break even.
No.
Probably
right. I mean, one of them's Walking Dead is going to end up being a couple $100, but, every other Image book you bought that month probably is not going to be worth anything.
No. Mara bought Rachel Rising number 1. That skyrocketed in price. Right. We didn't get Peter Panzerfaust. However, it is an excellent, excellent series. And there is hype to it, but I think it deserves more. Peter Panzerfaust. Are you reading that?
I haven't read it.
It's good.
I think there's a trade or maybe a big hardcover in one of the previews recently, so I'm going to order it then.
Yeah. But I'm trying to think of other recent comics that have skyrocketed as far as
it's mostly the Image kind of stuff because that Image is coming big and
Mm-hmm.
people weren't paying attention. I mean, they're paying attention more. So like,
Yeah.
don't go out and buy 20 issues of 6 Criminals because
Yeah.
everybody's onto it now.
Right.
It
Exactly.
might go up some, but it's probably not gonna go up much.
Yeah. It's like I mean. Now, we're not saying, buy the number one. Because,
Oh, definitely buy it because it
Yeah.
should be good. I mean, if you have any interest in it, feel free. But
And-
don't buy it because you're going to send your kids to college on it.
Yeah, and you have a good chance of buying a lot of good stuff. Like if you see an Image number one, or you hear that Image number one's coming out, and you just want a new comic, I say that if you just want a new comic and you want to start with a number one, you always point people to Image and say, there's a good chance that whatever it is, it's going to be pretty good.
Right now, you're saying.
Right now, yes, yeah. Yeah,
5 years ago, that was not
no.
the plan.
3 years ago.
Yeah, sure.
I don't know what was the resurgence. It wasn't.
I mean, Walking
Saga.
Dead began.
The Walking Dead, TV show, I guess, gave Image more attention.
But, I mean, Saga was the beginning of kind of this
Yeah.
big names coming to Image and doing their independent stuff. There.
Right.
Like, Fatale was a big one, too.
Yeah, exactly. Which that number one's not really worth much.
Right.
Some of the number ones from DC when they did the New 52, they're worth a little bit.
Yeah, but not a ton.
No.
$5 or $6, maybe 10.
No, I think
on a few, but
I think Hawkeye was the big one because no one really bought it when it first came out.
Right.
Because that one doesn't make any sense to me because the Iron Fist run that those two worked on, I thought it would have been enough to attract
yeah,
people's
but you
attention.
say that's more of a cult thing, and Hawkeye's had so many number ones that ended up going nowhere.
Yeah.
But I mean, I can see where if you didn't like Hawkeye, you wouldn't buy it. But luckily, I love
did.
Hawkeye.
I remember coming in and I didn't really know you guys yet, and I was like, "Hey, please hold me a Hawkeye number one." You're like, "It's the last one." I was like, "I don't really care. I just want it. I'll buy it. Does that help?" And I did. And I'm glad I did. But yeah, that's about it. It goes. And Mara, I said it's Mara saying yes to the unwritten trade paperback.
No,
Yeah.
you're right.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a hardcover, dude. No,
Hardcover, yeah. But no, don't ever buy comics for that reason. As a matter of fact, don't hunt down. I say this unless you're a diehard collector and it's a series that you absolutely love. I would totally try to convince you not to just hunt down like significant issues just to have them.
If I say I'm a collector, I'm not a collector. That's a lie because I've got a ton of comic books at home. But I don't have a problem with if like I said, I sold my Walking Deads because I got the big hardcover that I like a lot better.
Right.
So yeah, you buy your comics for what you want.
You wish you had the first 10 issues. Still.
Not especially just so that I could sell them. Though.
Yeah, exactly.
So I mean,
yeah.
So that doesn't bother me much.
That and if you get into that, you're just going to drive yourself crazy.
Right.
I mean, because there's so many significant issues.
And you never know when to sell. That's why I sold it at the time because who knew?
Right.
It was going to get a TV. Nobody knew about a TV show at that point.
Exactly.
And I mean, it was going for like $50-$60. I paid $3 for it. I mean, yeah. So I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know. I think there is a little bit of you can know that something is going to be collectible if you have your finger on the pulse. But then again, I take my statement back. You're right. It is a surprise.
As long as you know, if everybody
Saga,
knows that everybody knows it's going to be worth something. It's not worth anything.
Yeah, I knew Saga was going to be a collectible or it was going to be big, but did I know like 5th printing of number one big? No one, or Hawkeye especially.
Sure.
I thought Hawkeye was going to be something special because I think I read like a preview or something like that.
Yeah, definitely.
And that's why I wanted to get it. But once again, the only reason why I bought these comics, once again, it was not value first. It was definitely story first.
And I mean, if you want to just talk about Fraction's work, I mean, you probably thought the same thing about Defenders.
Yeah,
that book is not worth anything.
Nothing. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, it is. It's a flip of a coin. But don't let that be what motivates you into buying comics. I think this is a nice talk. I like this. Please ask more questions. Please.
Right.
This was nice. I would love to have Mara in on this.
Oh well. She had more important things to do.
Apparently so. Alright, well there is a lot of comics coming out at DC. Yes, it is Villains, but and let me start with the one that I'm pretty excited about. The only one I'm buying. Oh, did I cover the Independents?
No, you haven't started your stuff at all.
Okay. Well, the Independents, it's mostly in trades. And once again, we're including Vertigo in the Independents, but...
Then don't forget Fables.
Yes. But Star Wars Volume 1, the Brian Wood Star Wars, excellent stuff, especially if you're a Leia fan. This has been Leia's series.
Oh, without a doubt.
Yeah, but it's awesome. Worth it The art's great. It's really, really, really good. It's $20. It is $20. That's a bit steep, but you are getting 6 issues of a comic that costs $3.50. So you're getting a bit of a discount, and you're not going to find #1 of this one either. So it's worth it.
I mean, if you have any interest in Star Wars and comic books, you should check it out. The art is awesome. The story's awesome. It's a lot of fun. I mean,
Dark Horse trades are kind of worth it because you ain't getting it on Comixology.
I will complain about one thing though that bothers me about Star Wars trades in general. I don't know if they do it on all Dark Horse, but they don't put all the covers. As you can see on here, it's an Alex Ross cover, and he did the covers for at least the first 4, if not all 6.
You kind of expect that, or should expect that.
And you got this cover, which was #1, and then I think there's a cover, I don't know which one this was, but the one with Leia and Vader. Well, that's it.
That's a good cover.
Yeah, but then that's it. They don't put the rest of them in here, which is really, really weird.
And the first 6 issues were all Alex Ross covers, weren't they?
I think. At some point he stopped doing them.
Yeah.
But I find that annoying.
Did they put the free comic book?
Yeah, they did put the free comic book.
So you're getting a little bit extra. Yeah. This is worth it. If you're
definitely.
Yeah, I mean this is the Star Wars comic to read and follow.
Sure. And if you buy the comics, 25% off. So
yeah,
like
$15. That's not bad. I'm gonna kick it out of the crumbs for being Star Wars. I'm gonna kick it out of the bed for eating crackers. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Okay. And you certainly talk about Phonogram, but it's not new.
I don't know what to talk about here either. What is Phonogram?
It's
Karen Gillan.
Karen Gillan and Jamie McKelvey, the guys that do Avengers. That's the first thing they did together.
Oh, okay.
It's a kind of a cool story about kids and music. And is that the magic one or is it the other one?
It looks very British.
Oh, it's definitely very British. It's cool though.
But so are they.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So if you like if you like Young Avengers and you want some more, you can check it out. His art is a little rougher than that, and it is in black and white, but it's still cool. It's still got the cool design that he does, that Jamie McKelvey does. So
yeah,
it's cool.
Okay, cool, awesome. We got an unwritten hardcover out. Can you tell me a little bit about this?
I don't know exactly what the story is, but I know it's an original story. It's not a reprint or anything. It's a new story that they're doing.
Is it really?
Yeah, that's why I was saying Mara wants it.
Oh, okay, wow.
And I think it's a story that they're doing to kind of take advantage a little bit of the Fables crossover.
Right on. Well, still.
But like I said, I don't know exactly what the story's about.
Excellent. Very cool.
Should be cool though. It's the same creative team as always. So.
Yeah. That's got a bit of a following to it too. And don't forget Fables, 133. I don't read Fables. Tell the kids what it's about.
Rose Red is building her Knights of the Round Table. And as you can tell by the heart on the cover, Brandish is involved a little bit in this one.
Excellent.
But it's in the middle of the story, so I would.
Season 2 of Arrow starting. Ooh, Season 2 of Arrow.
Has nothing to do with Fables.
No, it has nothing to do with Fables. I saw no advertisement for it.
Sure.
Okay, well, let's get into Villains Month. Speaking, and Mara crops up.
Again.
As I said, Villains Month. Okay. This is what I'm excited about, Scarecrow. It's written by Peter Tomasi. I'm going to kind of fly through these because, what can I say? It's Scarecrow. It's a one-shot. Should be cool. I don't know. I will say this. If you are reading Swamp Thing, then you probably are not going to want... If you're reading Swamp Thing and you enjoy Swamp Thing and you're skipping Villains Month, well, maybe you shouldn't skip the Swamp Thing Villains Month. This one has nothing to do with Forever Evil. The Swamp Thing villains kind of steers out of the main, Justice League line.
Right. That's written by Charles Soule here.
Yeah, so it's the same creative team and everything.
Yeah,
so.
That's the Swamp Thing issue this month.
Yeah, so you should definitely pick it up.
Which is easy since it actually is called Swamp Thing as opposed to Ra's al Ghul, which we'll talk about in a minute, which is the red.
Right. Yeah. The Red Hood issue. So we're not talking about that.
Right, well, never mind then. But yes, the Ra's al Ghul is the Red Hood issue in case you're following Red Hood.
Right, and I think Penguin might be Dark.
I think hasn't he been in the Dark Knight? So.
Or Batman, but this is saying follow Batman. This is like the Batman issue.
Oh, okay.
So.
But it's not written by Jeff Jones. By Scott Snyder.
No, because then I would be buying it. It would be at least in the stack. We got the Rogues. So if you're a Flash fan, if you like what Brian Buccellato,
that's how you say his name.
what he's been doing, well, you should enjoy this. It is different art though.
Patrick Zircher, who actually is really awesome.
Yeah. But
It's different than Francis Manapul, though.
exactly. But still, hey, it's probably pretty good. So I mean, you're getting a lot of villains for the price of. I don't know. I like Flash's Rogues Gallery.
Yeah, they've always been cool. So pre-52. I don't know about after 52.
Yeah, I don't know either. But there you go. There's that Captain Cold on the cover. You got Clayface, which this is. If you're reading Detective Comics, I know it says Batman the Dark Knight on it, but if you're reading Detective Comics, you'll probably be interested in this one, seeing as Clayface. Clayface has been in everything, though, I feel like.
He's been in Year Zero, some, hasn't he? No, that was the story before Year
Yeah,
Zero.
he was in Batman. He was in Detective Comics when Layman first started. So, I mean, if you are into Clayface, if you are into what Layman's doing on Detective, pick it up.
Yeah, John Layman's writing this. I think he got distracted and actually say that.
No, I thought I said Layman.
No.
Oh, well, whatever. But Layman is writing it, and he's the current writer on Detective Comics. So it's weird, but there might be a reason behind it. I don't know, because I'm not reading it. And finally, Wonder Woman fans, no, this is not written by Azzarello. This is written by some old dude that...
Oh, John Ostrander.
John
so that's
Ostrander.
actually a pretty good person, but I don't know.
Yeah, so you never know. And I don't know anything about Cheetah in the 52. So
Other than it takes the whole Justice League to beat her somehow.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there was that really awkward, like, Batman grammatical error in that issue that I took a picture of and I talked about. It was like, we have got to fight the cheetah.
Right.
All right, Batman. You've had enough fighting today. But no, here's a cheetah, and she's apparently...
I do like the blood on the 3D cover. It looks cool.
It looks cool, but...
I mean, it's blood, which is weird for a DC comic.
It's actually layered, though. It looks like it's
Yeah.
curved. Like, it messes with... who cares? But that's it for the Villains Month. I'm excited about Scarecrow, and that's about it. And,
Exciting.
yeah, and you're not getting any one of them this week.
This week is probably the first time I've ever not got a DC superhero comic book in a long, long time. I'm getting Fables and I'm getting Batman 66 if you want to count that one. But
Count it. Let's count it, because I don't want to break that streak. That's sad. That's depressing.
It is depressing.
Yeah, let's count Batman 66.
All right, we'll
This is
count
your
Batman
first
66.
non-main continuity, though.
That's what I'm saying. I don't count Batman 66. I count that as the digital comics in print.
That's a bummer.
It is a bummer, but oh well.
You want to get into picks of the week?
Sure.
All right. I'm going to be real quick. I had a fun issue with Daredevil and Silver Surfer, and last issue is Daredevil, so I expect the same in issue 31, and Somni is doing the art, so...
It's a little less fun from last issue.
Oh, really?
I mean, it's good, but it's not wacky fun.
Okay. Well,
It's
still...
got a little rip from the headlines story in it and stuff.
Oh, really? Okay. Well, it should be interesting.
It's good. I mean, I'm not saying I didn't enjoy it. It's
Yeah.
just not wacky fun like Silver Surfer stuff.
Right, which I'm fine with. Wade knows what he's doing,
Yeah.
and, you know, there's a difference between, oh, this is Marvel dark and DC dark.
Oh yeah, and it's not even dark. It's just, I mean, it's
Oh.
well, I mean, it's a little dark. I mean, it is, like I said, it is Trayvon Martin stuff. Which
Oh,
is
okay. Okay.
I mean, it's their own version.
But I could see Wade writing
Yeah.
that. So. Okay. But still, should be interesting. Great cover by Somni. I'm excited. What is this, 31? Wow, crazy.
Yeah.
Good for it.
All right, mine this week is Thor number 13. Thor has been an awesome book that I'm not sure a lot of people are reading. I know it doesn't sell incredibly well here. So I thought instead of just doing X-Men again, I'll talk about Thor. Because the last issue was awesome.
It really was. It was the only issue of that series I've read, and it makes me want to read more.
And the God Killer story before that was excellent. And so this is the new story starring Malekith, who just happens to be the villain in Thor 2. So it's not going to tie into the movie, but I'm sure they're going to try and do some synergy on it.
Yeah, oh yeah. Well, that happens.
And I read it already today, and it's very cool. The way he's writing it just feels like it's going to be an epic.
Cool.
So I enjoyed it quite a bit. Ron Garney's doing the art, which is a little different than Asad Ribic has been.
Hey, and look who's in it.
Thor?
No.
Oh, yeah.
Sif.
Oh, yeah. Sif is in it, and the Warriors 3.
Right on. Good. So there you go, Journey
Again,
Ministry fans.
A little more synergy with the Thor movie, because they're all going to be in Thor 2.
Exactly. But right on. Good. I was wondering, because I kind of don't want Sif to be in Fearless Defenders.
Yeah.
That's Valkyrie's book, and I don't want him.
She's a little redundant in that story. I mean, they're not the same characters, but they're similar enough that it's kind of.
It would be annoying,
Yeah, right.
I think. So I want Sif to show up and like have Sif join the freaking Avengers or something like that. I would rather that.
Because they need more Avengers.
Exactly. They're going big.
That's true.
To quote Iron Man's. All right, well, I guess that's it.
That's all I got.
Yeah, thank you for writing in that question, and please write in more. That was a lot of fun. So tell them where we're located.
We're at Conway Comics, 255 Ferris Road, right behind good old UCA.
Yeah, right on. And I should have said My Little Pony's coming out, but it's not. It came out last week or whatever.
Yeah, a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, okay. Ponies. All right, well, from the Secret Life of Comic Books.blogspot.com, I'm Matt Wood.
I'm Brian Keown.
And we will see you next week.